Canada's fabled Powder Highway has long been high on the list as a SnowChef destination to visit. The Powder Highway is located in British Columbia's beautiful Kootenay Rockies, laden in stashes and stashes of powder snow, and home to many scenic and authentic ski towns. These funky alpine towns harbour a plethora of lively and friendly locals whose distinctive love for the mountain way of life has created unique cultural communities at each location. Enhancing the cultural feel of these quintessential towns is their ever-burgeoning and evolving food scenes, jam-packed with cafes, restaurants, bars, distilleries, breweries and more, each unique in its own way. Deep into winter, and after many years of yearning, we came to explore this food scene that's infused in a Canadian mountain playground of quirky towns, snow resorts, and a cloud of Kootenay Coldsmoke Powder. For our Powder Highway pilgrimage, we chose to fly into Calgary and drove west on a snow and ice-packed Trans-Canada highway to enter the gates to food and powder heaven. Folks, welcome to SnowChef. We are here in Canada, Golden, as you can see right behind me. We're here to check out the food scene, meet some chefs, brewers, and have an all-round good time. Let's do it. While enjoying the powder stashes at Kicking Horse Resort, there dropping steeps was someone on a monoboard. Definitely not something you see too often, and certainly a little quirky. This person we had to chase down and have a chat. Wow, man, just saw you on the monoboard. What's going on with all that?
Oh, just another pow day. You got to bring it out on good days.
Bringing it out in the Kicking Horse.
Yeah, this is the year for it, so as much as I can, I'll rock it out for you guys.
Oh, how good is that monoboard? Can we come for a ride with you?
Yeah, let me show you. Hopefully that sun breaks out up there, and I'll show you a couple shoots up there.
Oh, cool. Hey, so tell me, what do you do for a living here?
I moved here and became a little chef up here.
Chef?
Yeah.
Wow,
yourself? A little chef. Yeah, I got a little place down there in town. Yeah. You got to come and check it out.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah, 1122. So yeah, after some good turns, and I can fill you up.
Bit of food and a few cocktails.
Yeah.
All right, we've had a great day on the mountain. We've met Conan on his monoboard, and we have come to his awesome restaurant, which is 1122. We're going to go in, check him out, see what's going on, and have a good time. Let's go. Looks like an old house.
Welcome to 1122. Built in 1904 as an old heritage house now. We took it over almost 25 years ago as a family business. From everything in here, from artwork to the food to maintenance, everything is done by the five of us.
Oh, the family?
Yeah. So then the new generation, or my little boy, will be starting pretty soon.
So another one.
Yeah. So no, we love it.
Wow.
Nice little mountain town. My main passion is the cooking. But my aunt, she's a bartender, a painter, a baker. She's worked at all the heli skiing lodges, done everything there, but she loves her art.
Yeah.
So, you can see in here, this is what she does. My mom, she brings back, the business side of it. She takes, the backbone of it and keeps us in shape. It keeps us going. And then I'm in the back kitchen and rocking out old food for you guys.
Yeah, it's a great little town. We've only just got here. We met you on the hill. You invited us back to your...
Yeah, I'm glad you made it down, and it was a great day up there.
Yeah.
Well,
we made it back down safely. After watching you just crush it on the monoboard. It's pretty insane.
Well, you can't beat that, man. I get to ski 3 hours in the morning and then come and work 10 hours. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing. We've been around for 25 years. Most of the restaurants that are around, they've all worked here and moved on and started their own things. And they were, young people and worked for us for 5-6 years and wanted to move on, started up a deli or a coffee shop or a bar, and but they all got their their start here.
Yeah, cool.
So it's nice to see.
What can you make for us since we've come in?
I'd love to make you guys a dragon boat. We've had that on over 20 years, which is one of our classic seafood platters. Started out as, actually the sauce was our steak sauce, and as the staff, got the pan at the end of the night, they would always scrape it out with a piece of bread, and it just caught on, and everyone just loved it, and then turned it into an actual dish. And there we are, 20 years later, it's still going. If you guys want to sit down, Dory can make you guys want a drink?
So right there, we've got a really easy drinker. We've got a little bit of elderflower liqueur, an ounce of that, an ounce of gin. It's shaken vigorously over ice with fresh cucumber, a little bit of lime juice to finish, and then a fresh cucumber to garnish and candied lime. Goes with just about everything.
So I've got the dragon boat here. How lucky am I? I have the prawns, the mussels and the scallops all sauteed. Looks fantastic. I can't wait to jump into this and have a go. After the scrumptious feed at 11:22, we found ourselves at Wolf's Den for a few more cocktails and a nightcap. Hello, Brenna. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I've heard about this place. Every local in town, in the streets and up on the mountains saying, come down to Whitetooth.
Oh, awesome. Well, welcome.
Let's taste some beers. Tell me about the place. Please, tell me about the name first. Where did that come from?
So the name is inspired by the old ski hill, or the original ski hill before it was Kicking Horse.
Yes. This venue, it's absolutely magnificent. It's one of the best breweries I've seen. So where did it all start, essentially?
So it was my dad, Kent, and his friend, Mark Nagao, who is also a partner in the business. They were just kind of talking about one day opening a brewery, and it just ended up happening, which is pretty cool. Nice. The location itself, they searched around for a bit and they found an empty lot, and
so it's a purpose-built brewery.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, often you find people find a warehouse and put a brewery in there and perhaps outgrow it.
So and this was built exactly for the brewery.
Yeah. And so how old is it?
We're just over 3 years right now. Yeah.
Wow.
So we opened in December 2016.
Of all the beers here, do you have a personal favourite yourself?
I think that they've all been a favourite at some point or another. It just changes throughout time. I personally, right now, really love the Golden Black. It's another stout that we have on tap.
So you're big on stout?
I'm big on stouts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think I could try a Belgian one?
Absolutely.
Maybe Thread the Needle, that's a good one?
Thread the Needle is another one of my favorites. It's really nice in the summertime. It has lemongrass, coriander, and Szechuan pepper, so kind of comes off as a bit of a spiced wheat ale.
Yeah. So thanks for giving me a little taster here,
Yeah.
a few of the beers. Beautiful. I think we'll come back at one of the appraise sessions and hang out, get a few stories from locals. So back of house here, you've got all the vats.
Yep.
Do you think there's any chance we'd be able to find, is it Evan?
Evan. Yep.
The brewmaster.
Yeah.
He might be able to give us a bit of time and explain a bit back of house.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think he's looking forward to it.
That's all right. All right, cheers to something. Woo. Thank you, Brenna.
Yeah, no problem.
Evan,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How are you doing?
SnowChef.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
You too, mate. So, head brewer here.
Head brewer, yeah.
How's that job?
It's pretty good, yeah. Pretty busy. We're a pretty small team here, right? So I'm training another guy to be working back here with me, but most of the time it's just me here alone. So.
Alone?
Yeah.
So this is your office?
This is my office. I can show you guys around.
Yeah, for sure.
We basically built it so that the process flow makes a lot of sense, right? So we got our big bay door here. All our deliveries come in through this.
Yep.
Right away, like our biggest delivery that we get is grain. So we can get the big pallets of grain here. We can just throw it right in here in our grain room. Let me throw the light on there. So we've got our big grain room here. This, comes through our mill right here. This just gets taken up by an auger to the grain hopper on the other side. And then, so day before brew, I'll usually come in here, I'll mill up all my grain in the afternoon. I'll be ready to brew the next morning.
Where does the grain come from?
So yeah, this stuff here, we have two base malts. So this stuff we use for most of our North American styles.
Yep.
This is actually coming from Alex, Alberta, which is pretty close to us.
Yep.
The Belgian stuff, I'm going for much more traditional Belgian brewing, so we actually get it imported in from Belgium. And so, not quite as local, but our local stuff is the North American, and I really like to focus on traditional for our Belgian stuff. So that means importing a lot of our ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah. So we come up through this auger that's coming in through the wall there. We're up in the grain hopper up here. And so this starts up a brew day. And when we're making our wort, it's usually between a 7 and a 10-hour process. One of the Imperial Stout that we have is a 16-hour process. But that's an exceptionally long day. But we come in here, we mix it with our water. Spend some time in there, different temperatures to do different things. Move it along to the lauter tun. This is where we filter off all of our liquid from the grain. When that's done, it's in our boil kettle. We boil it up, we add our hops. We're able to push all of our grain out, all the spent grain. So that's when we've stripped all the sugar out, all the flavor out and everything, and then that will get sent to farms and eaten by local cattle.
So is brewing, like to get all the knowledge, is it a lot of time? Or
Yeah,
it doesn't come boom, it's...
No, like I said, I'm still learning every day. Especially when I moved out here, every town I've worked in before, we didn't have to worry about the water so much. It was all really nice, it was all really clean and low parts per million, total dissolved solids, but moving here, I had to learn a whole lot about water and what I wanted from it and what we had to do with our water to deal with it so we could brew with it.
Yeah.
If you tried making a blonde ale with this water, it's going to be way too high of a pH. It's not going to work properly. It's going to taste like crap. So we had to strip everything out.
Yeah. So you mentioned pH there. What's the perfect pH for a beer? Does it fluctuate?
Well, in this process here, we're probably looking between 5.2 and 5.7. And then after it's turned into beer, you want it to be below 4.5 because that's where your threshold is for microbiological growth and stuff like that. And then we're fermenting. So this one is an active fermentation from just a few days ago. Our fermentations, we're doing mostly ales. So we're looking at between a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of fermentation time. When we do lagers, it could be up to 6 weeks, 8 weeks. But we focus mainly on ales just because the timing and it's more interesting. All of our beer is unfiltered, so I'm using no filtration, as you can see. It's just a pressure transfer, and then we add finings, which are just we just add a little bit of this stuff that drops all of the yeast on the suspension. Gives you a nice clear beer. So this part's really simple. We've actually got a canning line and a bottling line now. We just put the canning line in, few weeks ago for the first time.
Yeah.
And so we actually have it on wheels. So when we run this canning line here, these are two separate things. We just keep them stored like this. But this canning line will roll right in between those tanks, and we'll just be firing cans right off the end there.
Oh, cool. Well, hey man, thanks for showing us around.
Glad you
I
stopped
really
by.
appreciate it. Maybe we can have a beer with you later in the day when
Yeah,
you get
right on.
time off.
Golden dished up a magnificent first impression. We wound things up with some beers at the Whitetooth Brewery tasting room, discussing what lay ahead in the golden food scene, and of course, dropping in at Kicking Horse to ride more powder.